Okay. Hello, everyone. John Coleman here. February 2024. Doesn't January just go far too slowly for me? Anyway, today I want to give you my little overview as to what happened in January and what I'm seeing from early trends as to where the rest of the year is going to be. Well, as you know, I'm just back from Vegas. Well, I don't know if I had told anyone there. Was that you too? Incredible experience, but what I really wanted to talk, apart from getting you all jealous, what I want to talk about is initial thoughts on what's happened in both the property market and the interest rate market, the latest. So I was at a presentation there yesterday with the Bank of Ireland, and they had speakers from myhome.ie, and they had their own economist. So there was some really, really good information that I wanted to share with you, along with um, what I've seen happen with my own um, just inquiries that have come at us. So I'll start with my own kind of view as to what's happened so far, and then I will give some insights into how the big companies like Bank of Ireland are viewing the market and myhome.ie are viewing the market. Um, Personally, from my own insight, I would say everyone in Ireland woke up on January the 1st and said, I want to buy a house this year, because the number of inquiries that have come at us in the first month has been absolutely incredible. We've probably talked to about over 200 different people have been talking to us and who we have sent out our roadmaps to. That's our norm would be on a monthly basis would be about 100. Now we're like in the first month that we were at 200, actually 220 to be precise. So the demand is not going anywhere. Okay. So that's where I see it at the moment. Um, that kind of tallies with, as I was mentioning, the presentation um, that we're in my home basically. And this is probably one of the reasons that the prices didn't fall last year with the way their interest rates went up. The number of properties available for selling at the end of January or the end of December in 2020 was 10,614 to be precise. That's 24% down on the houses that were available at the end of 2022. Um, One of the main reasons for this is well, the incentive for people to sell their houses to sort of take a smaller mortgage or move or get out of their existing mortgage was kind of wiped away with the rate the interest rates went up by 4%. So the interest rates, in theory, would normally, if interest rates are going up, you would expect prices to come down. But what happened in this instance, well, interest rates going up stopped houses going on the market, which in effect had a kind of the effect of equalizing it and keeping prices at the sort of at the level they were at, you know. So that's kind of something that would be really, really interesting. Here's another really interesting piece of information that came out, and I get asked this question all the time. When a house goes on the market, there's always an asking price, okay? And that asking price basically, people always say to me, well, should I bid the asking price? Should I go below the asking price? Why is property being sold for more than the asking price? Well, that's very simple. That's based on demand. Okay. But the statistic that was given to us is that there was a premium of 4% on average, 4% above the asking price that properties were actually sold at. Okay. So that's very, very well, it's a kind of headline figure, to be honest with you. I would still be of the view that it's um, on a case by case basis. You on a house by house basis, you may end up paying more, because certainly some of my clients are reporting that back to me, that they're seeing houses going for 30, 40, 50K more than the asking price. So that is something to keep in mind. But I just thought it was a useful piece of information. In the last 12 months, there were 32,000 sales across the board. So they would be new properties, houses bought with cash. So that's kind of the level. That was up 10% on the previous year. The economist is suggesting that for house the number of houses to be available to keep up with the demand, you'd almost need to have 40,000 new houses every single year. So you can see that that's still a fair bit short of that. Um, the, the the median price for properties in Dublin was 380,000. That went up by 2.7% year on year. If you were looking at Leinster in general, it would be 250, up 3.5%. Um, and then Munster would be 230, up 3.3. So you can see that even with the interest rates having gone up by 4% or so, there was the prices went up, so it's something to keep in mind. Um, Interest rates, the next topic that basically we need to discuss for this year. The economist that was there basically gave a very economic opinion, shall we say. He covered all bases. In theory, and the market expectations is that interest rates are due to fall this year. But what he said was they could go anywhere from down by 0.5% to 2% by the end of this time next year. He mentioned that depending on which country that you were listening to, you'd get a different opinion as to when that may or may not happen. Each country plays its own political games and they have their own people that they need to be talking to and talking from their perspective. But ultimately, consensus is rates will be coming down. I can't be any more precise than saying anywhere between a quarter or a half and 2% within the next 24 months. So watch this space, I suppose, and we will keep you informed as and when we know more. So I'm hoping I haven't scared you off from buying a home in 2024, but just wanted to update you on everything. Obviously, if you have any queries or you want your own personalized roadmap, you know where to come, and look forward to talking to you all soon.